met with formally at the Combine?
So far, I've met with the Dolphins and the 49ers formally.
How'd it go with the Dolphins?
I had a really good meeting. We sat down, watched some film, went through, some of my tape, and then just got the opportunity to talk to them, tell them about my personal life, about my family, how I was raised.
And with the Niners, how did it go? George Kittle, one of the best tight ends ever. How do you look at him and overall just that meeting?
Yeah, we had a really good meeting. They, went through some of my film. They have a great tight end already, someone that's, been the best ever to play this position. So just being able to learn from him would be a dream come true.
Do you think what play most from your career do you think paints the picture of who you are as a football player?
Yeah, I think I'm a very versatile tight end. I think I bring a lot to the table. But I think, I got my strength is in the passing game. I think I'm an elite pass catcher. I'm comfortable running routes, creating separation. So, I think I got a lot of great aspects of my game, but, the pass game is where I excel.
You set the single game for Clemson right now for a tight end. Can you kind of
Yeah, I approach every game the same way, but just that game, Cade was kind of looking my way. So opportunity opened up for me, and I was able to take advantage of those opportunities. And it turned out I wasn't even aware of the record until after the game, but it ended up being a pretty sweet moment for me. Yeah, I met with the Dolphins and Niners. It was great. Yeah, I had a good time with both of them.
You watch a tight end like for hours half the season. You get the Raiders last year. As a tight end yourself, what is your personal perspective of that?
Yeah, it's inspiring to me. Me and Brock were in the same recruiting class coming out of high school. Just being able to see the instant success he had both in college and now with his rookie season. I think he does a really tremendous job with the ball after the catch. So I think that's something that I could, implement into my game. But no, I'm happy for him. He's having a great career so far. Just pretty much just going through, my strengths, my weaknesses, areas I can get better. But no, it's pretty much just, getting to know me on a personal level, getting to know what I bring to the table, and see how I fit in their offense. What was the last part? Yeah, I think I bring a lot of strengths to the offense. So just being able to, figure out how I can win my matchup, how I can, help the offense move the ball down the field, and ultimately put up points. So I think I bring a lot to the table. So just being able to, figure out ways that we could exploit those matchups, and like I said, put up points.
How do you feel like your vertical ability, playing that vertical ability to the passing game? How do you feel like
Yeah, the NFL is a passing league, so I think all the best teams when it comes to playoff time, I think have a dominant tight end, somebody that can stretch the field vertically, like you were saying. But I think just being able to be somebody that can create mismatches and open up opportunities for my teammates is also I think where I excel.
I think talk to you more playing like a traditional tight end or a flex out tight end. They talk to you about maybe some different teams.
I can play wherever. So wherever the team sees they need me, I'll be ready to play that role.
You got a chance to meet with the Eagles.
I met with them informally.
How was that meeting and knowing some of the history they have at tight end?
Yeah, it was sweet. I really enjoyed that meeting. Just being able to, watch the playoff run that they had, the success the tight ends had, and the pivotal role that they played in their offense. It's exciting for, tight ends, especially with, where the league's going with the position. So, I think it was pretty cool for me to see.
What do you feel like is your favorite play you made, while you were at Clemson?
My favorite play, play that stands out for me from last year would be the double pass at Wake Forest from my teammate Antonio. It was just a cool play that we drew up, the week before, and then it was pretty cool to see it come to fruition.
Then your run after catch ability. How do you feel like that matches up?
Yeah, I think I can make plays with the ball in my hand. I think I'm a playmaker. So just being able to, go out there, do whatever role is asked of me at a high level, and be able to help move the ball down the field.
What do you think Coach McDaniel?
I thought he was cool. You can see his personality from the very first question all the way throughout the whole entire meeting. But no, I had a really good meeting with them. I really enjoyed getting to understand them, getting to know them. It went really well.
They run a lot of exotic stuff on offense. How do you think your versatility could fit in with their game plan?
Yeah, I love how they use the tight end. I think they're really creative with how they get in the ball, especially what they did last year with John New. So I think it was, pretty intriguing to me, especially with my skill set. So I think, it could be a good fit.
Is there a tight end that you watch film on or grew up that you really just look to and learn
from?
Yeah, I've been compared to Mike Gesicki a lot. Just going throughout this process, and he's had a very successful career, made a bunch of plays in this league. So just being able to see what's worked for him, figure out stuff that I can implement into my game. Knowing that we have similar strengths. So just I would say that's probably somebody that I've taken some bits from his game and tried to implement them into mine.
There's a guy going back to Clemson that we're not talking about right now, but a year from now, we'll be talking about.
Dude from my position group, Olsen Pat Henry. He's going to be a dog. He'll be up here sometime in the next 2 years. He's a really good player. He's a student of the game. He works hard, and he's going to be a real good one.
Your first NFL paycheck on a freshman from last year. Maybe it's the league in 3 years. Where do you put your money on?
From a freshman from last year, Wesco and TJ Moore. It was a lot of fun to be able to play next to those guys. We made a lot of plays together, but no, they're going to be stars.
What stands out about Wesco?
I just think his speed. I think that's something you can't really coach. I think he has a lot of God-given abilities, and he can take the top off of defense.
What stands out about Cade Clutney? Like, if you close your eyes, think of one moment from this past year that you'll always remember about Cade. What stands out?
I think his clutch ability in the pit game. We needed him to make a play. He stepped up and ran for a 50-yard touchdown when we needed it the most. Cade's a great guy. He's a great quarterback, and I'm excited to see how he leads the guys this year.
Toughest guy you saw in a game this past year?
The best player I saw, I'd probably have to go back to week 1. We played Georgia, Malachi Starks. Had a lot of fun competing against him, talent on talent. So just being able to, compete against him in that game and then, going forward. So.
What trait stands out most about Malachi?
Yeah, I would just say his athletic ability, his footwork. I think, as we were preparing for them, we knew he was going to be, an impact player for them. But I think, just his natural ability as an athlete really stands out and really serves him well. Any changes I would make? No, I think it was pretty cool to be able to play, in the first ever 12-team playoff. It was a great opportunity for us and our team, and we were in a position to be able to, compete for a championship. So that's really all you can ask for.
What team did you grow up rooting for?
My dad played at Michigan State, so when I was a kid, I grew up cheering for the Spartans. Wade's a great player. We competed every single day in practice. He's an athletic linebacker, makes a lot of plays. So I'm excited to see what he can do this year. Informally, I have. Yes, sir.
Jake, talk to me, a little bit about your growth as an athlete. When do you feel like, what was the moment when you said, hey, I can really make it in the
Yeah, I think when I came into college, I think the biggest thing I was just trying to do was earn the respect of my teammates, earn the respect of my coaches. But I think, as my career took off, I realized that, I was pretty gifted as an athlete. And I think every single year, I just continue to get better. And I think that's going to continue on throughout my career, just continue to get better.
In these meetings, with these teams, what are you really trying to get across, about you as a person and as a player?
Yeah, I think, the tape speaks for itself as far as me on the field. But I really want the teams to get to know me as a man, get to know me as a man off the field, and the personality that I bring to a locker room, and, just the type of leader I am and type of teammate that I am. I haven't. Thank you. First player that comes to mind, I'll say Derrick Henry. I enjoyed watching him when he was coming out. I really enjoyed watching him on the Titans. We were just in there watching, clips from the past, and I just watched him do a couple of drills, and he was pretty impressive here. So I would say that. Yeah, I think, football, a lot of football is the mental game. I think being able to see what's going to happen before it even happens, and I think that can help you out, especially when you're reading coverages on the move. So I think, just being able to exploit the vertical passing game, I think playing with your eyes and, preparation going into a week, I think is very important.
Jake, did you formally with the Dallas Cowboys?
I met informally with them.
How was that meeting?
It was good. We went through some board work, went over some tape, and just kind of got to know me as a person, got to know me as a type of teammate, type of leader I am. So it was a good meeting. Yeah, I'll go back to the South Carolina game. They have a really talented defense. They came in as a top 15 team, one of the best defenses in the country. I think we had a really good game plan, and I think we handled them well as a tight end group. Yeah, I think it just comes to a mentality. I think you got to have the right mindset going into a game like that, especially a rivalry game. But I think it really just comes down to being physical, having lower pad level, and like I said, having that mentality of I'm gonna win this rep. Yeah, this is a loaded tight end class. We got great players from top to bottom, but I think something about me is just the threat that I bring in the passing game. I think I'm different in that aspect, and I'm excited to be able to showcase that to teams. What's that? I met with them both times. Yes, sir. It was a good meeting. I really enjoyed getting to know them and letting them get to know me. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think it's just because it's a unique position. I think it takes a lot to be a tight end. You got to be, effective in the run game, effective in the pass game. You got to know as much as the quarterback knows going into a game. So I think, it takes a lot, but I think, it's a special group. All the tight ends are always really close with each other. George Kittle, Travis Kelce, those guys have really, taken our position to a new level. So just being able to, follow in their footsteps and, impact the game however I can. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm from Nashville, so yeah, so they're right in my backyard.
Have you been there?
No, I haven't.
What do you think that you've been seeing over they teach you some of the things that you've learned?
Yeah, I think, like I said, tight ends got to do a lot. So I think just being able to, help each other out, spread knowledge, be able to just, work with each other, be able to just help each other out as much as we can, and then, help everybody be better. Toughest environment? I would go back to probably at South Carolina, just because, you got to have the mindset and mentality going into a rivalry game like that. And that place gets rocking, especially at night. But I think it's a lot of fun to go in there and walk out with a W. Yeah, I've been training with Nick for the past couple months. So, Nick's a freak. He's athletic. He's going to test really well. He's going to do really well. I had a lot of fun competing against him. He's a great player, and I'm excited to see how his career goes. Yeah, it's been sweet. That was the reason why I chose to go to Clemson. It's just different. It's a lot of elite talent. I want to play next to elite players. I want to be coached by elite coaches, and I want to compete for championships. So I think that's the coolest thing about Clemson, and I think it's no surprise that these guys are excelling at the next level. Back in the day, I did, yes, sir. My dad played there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, like I said earlier, I've been compared to Mike Gesicki, so just being able to see, all the plays that he's made in this league, the strengths of his game, strengths of my game, kind of similar. So just being able to see what's worked for him and kind of, help myself out in that way. That'd be sweet. He's one of the best players that ever played this position, and I think it's a really cool opportunity. But I think, God knows where I'm going to go. I'm just going to trust his plan and make the most of my opportunity. I met with him formally, yes, sir. It was pretty cool. We went through some film, went through some board work, got to let them know me as a person, but it went really well. Yeah, like I said earlier, this is an elite tight end class. From top to bottom, I think there's a lot of great talent. But I think about my game, I think I bring, I'm an elite pass catcher. I can make plays in the passing game. But I think I don't get enough credit for my run blocking ability. I think I'm better than people give me credit for, and I can make an impact in that part of the game as well. What's that? Yeah, I think as a player, I just, attack every single day trying to get better at things I need to correct from the previous game. But I think, as a person, I think I grew as a leader, just being more of a vocal guy, being somebody my teammates look up to, and has a lot of respect in the locker room. Just being able to, see myself in that light and take full advantage of the opportunity. I got a few scheduled for later, but I'm not sure who they're with right now. My favorite college moment? I would say just going back to this past season, I would say the ACC championship, being able to walk it off on that kick. It was a cool opportunity for our whole entire team, especially being able to see our kicker Nolan step up in a big moment like that. It was pretty sweet. It was just a really good moment for our whole team.
Anyone that's helped you out through this process?
What's that?
Is there anyone in particular that's helped you out
out for this process?
Yeah, I'm talking to my boy Ship from last year. You know, he just went through this process. That's one of my best friends from Clemson. So it's being able to ask him questions that I have, be able to get his perspective on how it went for him. But yeah, he's been really helpful for me.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
Like you guys in that locker room for you hear people say, "Oh, Clemson's done, Clemson's finished." Is that something that really had a chip on your shoulder this year?
Yeah, I think we have a saying at Clemson, inside out. So we don't really listen to, the outside noise or what people think. We're pretty much just focused on, we're going to come to work every single day, and we're going to prove our point, and we're going to go out there and dominate on Saturday.
What's kept Daniel from being such a consistent, successful coach?
I think he's the greatest of all time. He's done a really good job, building his program from the ground up. He does everything his way, but I really respect how he runs his program, how he treats his players, and that man just wins at the end of the day. And that's really the biggest thing. So.
Has anyone asked you about playing at Clemson?
Yeah, they have. But I think I have a versatile skill set. I think I can do a lot. So just being able to figure out where my skill set fits best within offense and be able to excel with that opportunity. I met with them informally. It was good. We went over some board work. Got to meet them. Got to talk to them. Let them know me as who I am as a man. Let them know who I am as a teammate. But no, it went pretty well. Yeah, I played with two really talented running backs at Clemson, Will Shipley and Phil Maffa. So we ran the ball quite a few times. So I'm pretty comfortable in that aspect of my game. What's that? What I'm most confident? I'm most confident every time I touch the field. I think I bring a unique skill set to an offense, but I think I'm an elite pass catcher. I think I can make plays with the ball in my hand, and I can run with the ball in my hand. So. My favorite route, I like to run anything vertically. Opportunities for me to be able to get the ball downfield or open up opportunities for my teammates. Yeah, I would say we pretty much just kept the main thing. We got a lot of talented playmakers on our offense, so you got to pretty much pick your poison when you're going against Clemson. Phil, unfortunately, did get banged up like you were saying, but I think, he's still a dog. He fought through it. He was still a factor for us. I talked to him at both. It'd be sweet. He utilizes his tight ends well, and I think my skill set would fit that well. Yeah, it's a dream come true. This is something that we've talked about ever since. We stepped on campus for the first time in January. But just, all of us being able to be here together, share this experience together, I think it's been super cool to be able to go throughout this process together, learn from each other, help each other out. And I think it's just really cool to be able to see my best friend succeeding at the highest level. He's doing great. Trent's awesome. Trent's a really cool guy. I really enjoyed, being his teammate and watching what he do, especially what he did in the spring game. Yeah, he was balling for sure. Yeah, I think I've just learned. I've learned a lot, but I think just being able to be confident in my game, be confident in myself. I'm surrounded by the best of the best in the draft class, but knowing that I belong here, knowing that I'm gonna make a statement and solidify myself as one of the best players in this class. Most fun, I think, is just going throughout it with my best friends from Clemson. I got a lot of my closest friends coming out in this draft class, so just being able to go through this process with them, watch them do their thing, it's been really rewarding for me. Yeah, well, it's been my dream pretty much, ever since I picked up a football. But just being able to, when I got to Clemson, just knowing that I was talented enough to play at this level, I think was, cool for me, but also, fueled the fire. I really wanted to be able to work harder, and prove that, I can make a name for myself in this league. What emoji? I'll probably go muscle emoji, just because I'm physical and I'm tough. Yeah, of course. It's been good. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun to be able to be here with some of my teammates. But now we're getting after it, so it's been fun. Yeah, I came here to compete.
What goes into the decision about whether or not some people do, some people don't? What do you evaluate?
Yeah, I think it's all just personal preference and confidence in yourself. But no, I came here to compete. I'm going to go out there and put on a show.
Talk to me about that Michigan State and the reason they were going up. Just talking about.
Yeah, so I got a lot of family members that went to Michigan State. My sister's up there right now. But no, I think that's just, a family connection. When I was getting recruited, Michigan State did offer me. But, I wanted to go do something for myself, make an name for myself. That's why I ultimately chose to go to Clemson.
You wanted to do your own thing. Was there ever any consideration?
Yeah, I considered it, but I ultimately ended up going to Clemson. So, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Were the coaches that recruited?
From Michigan State? I got recruited by D'Antonio's staff. Yeah. Yeah, I think it just came down to, especially at that part of the game, we needed a touchdown to win it. Every time I step on the field, I'm stepping on to win. So I think, just whatever it's going to take to get that outcome, especially when I saw Phil on the half-yard line, I just wanted to do everything I could, leave it all out there and be able to get him in the end zone. Good.